Harry Jones is the ref, but USYD versus Valkyries. Snitch will be Dameon Osborn.
And they're off. With Cooper getting first touch to the quaffle.
USYD's got quaffle, and USYD also has bludger control. So you've got Cooper walking
Ava
up.
hiding out the back as a chaser.
Hiding on the left with the keeper. You've got Eleanor Fair on the right. Alex moving up with the bludger. Julia splitting everything.
Phil taking point for the defense.
Cooper's going to try and use this pressure on the beater to
And
put a shot
Cooper
through.
shoots and misses.
Misses it.
Quaffle rolls out of bounds and gets turned back to the blue team.
USYD does maintain control, even though there was a back to hoops on Julia. Alex has control. Quaffle is with Miles, two-time Team Australia player. It's all right. Thank you, Jackson Shields.
He's sporting a new haircut, I see.
What, Jackson?
No, Miles.
So Phil's carrying up the quaffle with Amber on his right,
Ava hard
Miles
marking out Miles.
and Holly at the back, Ashwin and Lillian beating against Alex and Julia.
Yeah. USYD playing a predominantly hard mark defense on
Julia getting hit in the head, but Alex causing the pressure. Miles
Cooper
getting
picks up the
beat,
quaffle.
Cooper picks it up.
Cooper's
safe.
Yeah, Cooper's safe from the beat. Cooper's trying to drive it through. They've now got defense back on hoops.
Hayden gets the ball,
Hayden
tries to
offloads
flick
to
it
Ava, who pops it
and
in.
puts it straight to the hoop. Booms down. Yellow card on Miles for kicking on a player, but he doesn't move because it was a goal to USYD with a beautiful alley to Ava. A few players getting there, but they weren't able to stop the ball.
USYD sets up on defense.
Ashwin swapping off for Michael Thompson, recently coming back from retirement. Used to play for UNSW, had about 2 or 3 years off. That's the reset used by Phil, stepping back over the halfway. Good pressure caused by Alex there.
USYD still maintain control of both bludgers.
Valkyries are going to have to use their bludger to try and get control back. Julia dodges that. Alex beats Phil. Cooper picks up the ball.
Running onto...
And throws it through. USYD maintains control. It's 1 goal to Cooper, 1 goal to Ava. It's going to be interesting because Miles isn't usually used to struggling with the beaters, especially with beaters normally on his team, such as Les, Hannah Monty.
He's doing well, staying patient with the ball though and controlling it on their offences.
It's interesting having Holly out the back usually because she's been marked by Eleanor Fair for USYD and they haven't even tried to use her once.
Very hard mark.
Honestly, the Valkyries haven't actually moved the ball really into the
Valkyries playing in very tight to the hoop. Ava
that was an all-right choice. It just wasn't a connection. Ava picks up the ball. No, she doesn't. Yes, she does.
Ava has control of the quaffle. Offloads to Cooper.
Alex just luckily manages to maintain control by accidentally stepping on the bludger.
Phil takes point.
Beat Lillian.
Yep.
Michael holds a bludger.
USYD maintain
Beat
control.
Cooper. And Hayden scores on the pass from Ava.
The score is 30 love to USYD currently.
Love?
30
nil?
love? I don't know how you say it in the sport.
Nil or 0?
30-0.
Love's more of a tennis thing. What would you say,
love
Jackson?
is an affectionate term.
Love, nil or 0?
I like love.
I'd say nil.
I mean, no one really ever wants to say nil, right? But
It's 30-0.
Yeah, I'd say 30 nil.
That's a 3 on the
30
scoreboard.
nil. Okay, we'll go with nil.
Yeah, thank you, Harry Jones.
Valkyries are slowly pushing the ball up, with Holly still lingering behind hoops with Eleanor Fair.
Valkyries finally get control. Lillian pressing up on Alex and misses the throws. Safe on Phil and
Phil
misses
tries to
the
drive
ball.
it through, misses the goal.
Beat Julia. Lillian gets beat and gives up control.
Yep, USYD again have control of both bludgers.
Zooming up the pitch, Alex playing the fast break game like he wants.
Amber hard marking out Ava down the back. Stop those sneaky goals. Oh, Eleanor dismounts.
Michael gets the fast break here and gets beat by a good beat from Alex.
Long range beat on Miles stops a short goal
That was
there.
roughly half the pitch.
And Cooper runs up, passes off to Ava, who tries to offload to Hayden, and it is intercepted by Holly. I hope you can hear this well enough.
So it's about 3 minutes in. Both teams haven't really used their subs. People subbing now. So Amber is subbing for Courtney Buckley as a chaser. Kim and Harry Huang subbing on for Julia and Alex.
Harry is hyped up.
Bianca subbing on Oval.
Oval subbing on Beta.
Yeah, Bianca subbing on for Phil.
Yep. Ava is hard marking Courtney out the back, and we have Eleanor hard marking Holly still.
Shot's going to be taken.
Miles runs in and shoots straight past the keeper and one of the meters.
You can read it in Miles' eyes as soon as he's about to shoot.
You can see it coming.
You can see it
You
coming.
can't stop it.
You can stop it if you can see it
You can
coming.
try. Cool. USYD walking the quaffle up while USYD has.
USYD does not have control.
Ah, Valkyries.
Michael's holding the
Ah,
bludger
yes,
there.
I see it. It was behind the back.
Cooper walking the ball up with Eleanor on his left.
Valkyries
Ava on
playing
his
quite
right.
a tight defense.
Hayden playing behind for the alley.
Yeah, he's sneaking back there. Cooper's still not stepping over that line. Eleanor offloads and gets the quaffle back. Just her on one. Oh, a very clever step from her. And passes off to Hayden, who passes off to Tyler.
That's beat before, no goal.
So Tyler must have sub run for Ava.
Michael's going to try and run it here. Probably wants to take another shot on
Courtney's
his far
sneaking
right
around the
hoop.
back left. Miles
Misses it.
Then gets.
He almost tried too hard to put that through there.
Well, Holly gets the quaffle and she tries to load it up. It looks like she's. So it was just an injury sub, Holly for Allison.
Injury sub, Holly for Allison.
Valkyries set up their defense. It's great to see Allison playing again. She is embarking on an exciting journey to, I believe, Indonesia soon, and she's been around the sport right from the beginning. So always lovely to see Allison out there.
Lovely journey in Indonesia.
It's embarking.
So this is Max Brenner's first time on field with Tyler, Harrison Saunders.
Harrison's cutting behind, intercepted by both Courtney and Miles, I believe, from the Valkyries.
There will be very few shots allowed here by Miles.
Miles tries to run it in, offloads to Courtney, who catches and pops it in the end
Perfect
zone.
pass.
Really good offload, beautiful play. A lot of beta stuff going on. It looks like Valkyries have maintained possession and the betas for USYD are subbing.
Valkyries now with Oberlon.
And Ashan subs for Kim on the USYD beta line, so they're now playing double male.
Harry, Ashan, and India comes on as a chaser.
Yep.
Max needs to really be driving in on Miles if he can through the bludgers, because Miles is really looking for that shot blocker as a basketball
Valkyries
player.
are
He's used
setting
to.
up a bit of a loose zone from the looks of it. Max is driving that quaffle in, and he offloads just a little bit too high for Harrison there. The quaffle rolls out of bounds.
Miles can get this fast enough, it'll be in no bludgers. Ashwin will try and force this.
Yeah, Ashwin beats Harry Huang, so USYD currently have one bludger.
He looks like he might have jarred his finger there.
Yeah, I think he's alright.
It's okay. He's a tough little cookie.
It is. Courtney's sneaking around the back left.
Miles walking up the ball there. I really think Courtney should be on his lateral. He seems to really like
yeah.
using her like that.
He's looking for that. Yeah.
They can't let themselves get trapped in
Courtney
here.
sets a lovely pick
Bianca's
for the
really
anchor,
getting
who-
herself trapped in here.
Yeah, pops the ball back.
Shots
out
open on the
Miles,
far right.
Who shoots it through the right hoop. The goal is called good. When it hits the hoop, you don't really know until the call's made, do you?
It's okay. I just want to be clear. I knew that was happening.
Yes, I know.
So Valkyries have
Miles
lost
has the
control
quaffle
now.
and he's driving it through the one up. He stopped. Yeah, Valkyries have one bludger on defense.
But I'd say that was worth it. So it's now 30-30 after USYD's 30-0 run. Valkyries have tied at 30-0.
Popping it back.
We also still haven't seen Raj yet.
We've now got Tyler sneaking around the back right. India's open on the left. USYD have bludger control.
Max seems, unlike Hayden, Max seems to really enjoy playing on ball.
Ooh, Ashan sneaking behind Ashwin.
Miles is waiting for that Harrison drive. He needs to lay it into Max.
Harrison pops it off to India,
Oh, is
who
she going to be able
chases
to
it
keep
down.
this in?
Ah, looks like Allison popped it off.
They're calling a kick on the ball when there was a hand on it. So yellow card to Allison.
Gotta go out with a bang, right?
Gotta go out with the
Gotta go out with a bang.
She's going to slowly walk it over to the sub box. India's going to have it just inside the halfway line, so the foul occurred before it went out of bounds.
Yeah, which means you still have an opportunity to score here,
Yep, sorry about
especially with
the
Valks being
awful
one
lighting.
chaser down.
It's probably going to...
Look, Max has
Max
a pick for India to
screen.
run around. Beautiful.
Max
beautiful
needs to be an
tactic.
option here. Standing
Yeah.
a bit close.
Courtney's still on point for Valkyries.
They really need to be probing. They can't just allow one bludger to defend.
The other Valkyries chasers still set quite tight on the hoop, stopping those shots.
USYD seem really phased by even one bludger on the hoop.
They do,
Waiting for Harry
yeah.
and Ashan to do something.
Oh, USYD's thrown one of the bludgers out of bounds. So there's only 2 bludgers in play currently, one on each side. Oh, Ashwin beats.
Miles will need to step up here and make a tackle.
Harrison gets the quaffle and propels it just
goal.
over the hoops.
Miles did make a tackle.
It is on top of it. There's currently no bludgers on the hoops. USYD need to go now if they're going to go. Oh, bludgers back in play. Oh, beautiful offload by India to Harrison, who pops it straight through.
It was quite a loopy pass, but there was no one marking Harrison. If someone had been, they might have been able to get to it.
Yeah, no, it went straight into his hands. That was a beautiful
Score is 30-40. 40 to USYD, 30 to Valkyries now.
You can see the Unbreakables chemistry coming through to the Unspeakables. I like it.
Miles still on field.
Allison's back in play, taking a lateral position next to Miles, while Courtney tries to swing behind the hoops again, with India quite tightly onto her.
He's good.
Oval is beat. USYD maintain possession of both. Allison picks up the quaffle and runs it right on the halfway line, but not quite over.
I thought Allison was beat there.
Oh, that looked like high contact.
I thought Allison was beat there.
She's mad.
But
Max has
Valkyries
the quaffle
really
running
need
in
to get
on
back
a
here.
single
Harrison's going to get the pass.
Yep, he beats him.
There we go.
Max
Good
offloads to Ava, who pops it in the end hoop.
Valkyries really suffered from none of their chasers getting back there.
That was a really smart fast play by USYD. They know that fast break is there. This is their game.
Honestly, everyone should be taking the fast break if they can.
Especially with the new rules.
Yeah. Really the big issue with most teams is whether they can do a half-court offense. Half-field offense. It's okay. Half-field offense.
Now Raj has finally subbed on for Miles. The Chasers starting to swing behind the hoops now. Bianca's gone back with Ava hard marking her.
I think they're suffering a lot without having Courtney or
Raj tries to... Oh, Raj shoots it through.
Raj shoots it through.
Through the end hoop.
Valkyries really seem focused on that shot as being their real focus.
Valkyries getting back on defense. Bianca's watching Ava quite closely after
Max
that.
driving through. Raj needs to step up here.
Yeah, Max drives it through the left hoop with Raj just getting a bit of contact at the last second there.
Raj really needed to step up there and take the contact first.
Oh, I think Harry...
Michael was beat there.
Yeah, I think so. Valkyries have got possession of both bludgers now.
One or two lucky calls going their way.
Yeah.
It happens.
With the
Refs
Sean
can't
and
see
Harry
everything.
still on his beaters for the other side.
Oval summing off now for Lillian.
Phil's
Be interesting to
creeping
see whether
around
they can still maintain something.
deep left.
Cooper trying to cut Raj off as an option.
I think Emma might have just tried to pass the quaffle to a running beater.
I think
But
Sean
she's
should have
maintained
taken that
possession
option.
and she's passing back to Raj.
Sorry if the angle's bad, I'm not really watching the camera.
Oh, Raj is going, he's going for that fake drive.
Cooper's got a lock in here though. Raj is going to
Cooper's got a
struggle to
good
get out of
contact,
this.
yeah. Raj is just sort of walking him over to Lillian. Lillian who's trying to, who's made a beat on Cooper. Oh, Raj tries to make a long pass, which is intercepted by Max, but Raj gets the ball back. Raj
I don't think Max should
offloads
have
to
committed
Allison,
so much for
who
that one.
catches the ball and
I think she
shoots
was
it
beat
through.
before, so there was no call on the play. Allison was beat, so there was no goal. Raj is going to try and steal this from Max, but Ashan's right there with the bludger, so it's very unlikely this is going to happen.
They called it no goal, didn't they?
Yep, no goal.
Yeah.
Raj is going to have to get this out immediately. No.
Oh, yeah, Max has hands on that, and Raj is beat.
And now there's going to be a fast break, but there's fast break on 2 bludgers, so I'm not really sure how they're planning on doing this.
Yeah. Oh, offloads to Ava, who tries to pop it in, but defense just swarm her. Max manages to get the quaffle, and Valkyries beat Cooper.
Max needs to go here.
Max has the quaffle. He steps around Raj.
Michael needs to beat him. Michael needs to beat him.
Well, he's kind of skirting that halfway line, but manages to stay in front of it.
Michael needed to move forward there and make a decision. Not making a decision or not making a beat cost them the quaffle and probably maybe cost them control as well.
Score is currently 60-40 to USYD.
Yep. Max is going to drive.
Max gets in near the hoop and he takes a shot. It's called no good, I believe, from the head ref. Max ends up with the quaffle, passes back to Cooper. And there's currently 1 bludger on hoops with the Valkyries, with USYD's bludger coming back into play now. A missed beat from USYD could cost them this. Oh, Cooper has
Raj
the
needs to step
quaffle.
forward here.
Cooper tries to drive it in and manages to pop it in on that centre hoop above a couple of players.
So USYD's now back up 30 again. with Snitch coming soon, but it is Damo.
It is Damo. This could be a long game. Damo's got his war paint on today as well.
Can you see the war paint?
I can see the war paint from here.
I think it's a bandana.
Just a slit. For Ava pressuring that point. Lillian beating her out. So Matt steps up as a keeper point. And manages to dodge a beat. With Phil looking ready to try and drive this quaffle in.
Lillian gave up control there.
Phil passing off to Amber behind hoops, who passes off to Raj, who catches it and pops
Beautiful
it in.
goal.
Really good play, really good passing by Amber there.
Don't know if I caught that whole thing, but
it was a really good play.
Ashwin really should have hit Harry there. There was no possibility of a fast break, so that was pretty...
That was a beautiful. There's been some really good passing plays today on both sides. Ooh, Ashan with the keeper headband running deep
B.
on the right side. Oh, B.
That's
B, my bad.
ball deep.
B.
I don't know how you say his last name. Upal?
Love. Oh. Love deep. I was thinking of. I don't know why I thought of that.
Love deep?
I don't know. I'm really confused.
Well, it's ball deep. The great of his name was Ball Deep, Love Deep.
Ball deep, love deep. I like that as a
Yes,
name.
that's his new nickname, Love Deep.
Yeah, I like that.
So Love Deep with the keeper headband.
Keeper doesn't really have an option on the left here anymore.
No.
Which could be a problem if they decide to box him out. Yeah, he's calling Eleonora.
So 1.5 going on. Cooper's going to be trying to drive in here or a pass to Ball Deep.
Backing out a bit. He passes off to Ava just a little bit too high.
Probably going to either pop out. Yep, let's pop out
with
on high
Amber
boundary.
catching it.
Emma's going to walk it in from there for the new rules.
Ashwin pushes up with the bludger and manages to maintain control of his one, while USYD have two bludgers. Raj goes to run up the right side. He's hard marked by Ava. The Valkyries beaters creeping up around Julia. Phil ends up with the quaffle. He's trying to drive it through the hoops. Offloads just a little bit too high. Raj manages to get the quaffle back. Oh, and he's caught beat.
He was beat by Julia, but it took a few seconds for him to get called.
Yeah, all good. So the quaffle goes back to the keeper for USYD. No goal was scored there. Score is 70-50 to USYD.
Ashwin keeping control there with a good beat on Julia, but Alex is on. This is interesting because we're...
And Alex both have really good presence with the bludger. They both look very threatening, which is a good thing as a beater.
Yeah, it's very important.
Yes, they both provide that level of physicality that just really... Oh, that bludger goes flying
That
out.
was an interesting idea from Alex, but it didn't really work.
Valkyries have both bludgers, with Julia coming back in to support her.
That's the reset used?
The reset would have been used then, yeah. Julia is subbing off for Kim. Kim running straight up to the beaters, running between them, distracting them just long enough for Alex to try and get a beat off on Julian.
Ashwin was good there. He kept control.
Lillian, rather.
Ashwin needs to press up
Ashwin
here.
played well there.
Phil
Ashwin beating
really should
Cooper
have
out.
pressed up on Ball Deep there.
USYD
Raj
have
needs to
no
hit him.
bludgers on hoops. Oh, there's one bludger back in now. But Raj looks like he's... Oh, Cordy manages to swipe in and get the ball, but it goes back out to Eleanor. Is that double reset?
Ashwin lost control there. I'm not exactly sure what the reset rules are going to be called. So Raj is getting the ball here. He probably can't go on a fast break unless he somehow blocks a ball. He knows Alex has one, even though Alex is trying to be coy.
Manages to dodge. But Kim still has a bludger. Oh, Raj offloads to... offloads to Amber, who takes a beautiful catch and pops it in on the end hoop. Really nice offload by Raj there. Quaffle goes
Raj
to Cooper,
needs to step forward and make a hit here.
Oh, beautiful offload by Cooper to Ball Deep, who pops it in on that end hoop again.
All four of those chasers tried to mark Cooper there. None of them trusted each other, and they left Ball Deep free.
Yeah.
As soon as Raj turned, everyone started marking the same person. So Miles is back on.
I was panicking, it's not recording. We've got Damo entering the pitch now. Looking scary.
Damo with his mean face on.
Stomping on the grass.
Sarah is our snitch ref. Hello, Sarah. Got Courtney carrying up the ball with Miles on her lat and Alison on her
USYD
side.
maintain control of both bludgers. Oval tapping out the point.
Ball
Deep coming up as a...
over the side.
Oh, Alison tries to set a pick on...
Courtney running straight at a beater.
Miles is looking for that pass.
Shoot. He's going to put it in.
And manages to... Tries to pop it in on the end hoop, but no call is made, sadly. Phil still
misses
has
the
the
ball.
quaffle. And he loses it sadly, and Cooper gets it back. Goal being called good.
Goal being
Miles.
called good. That's quite important. That keeps them further into range.
This is a quite tight game now, 80.
This is going to come down to snitch catch, and with
Usage history.
both of them, so Tyler coming on first instead of Alex, and Holly coming on. Holly caught against Nightmares to win that game and come back.
It'll be interesting to see if they use Tyler as a defensive seeker to start off with, or they try to go for the catch.
I think Tyler's going to try and go for it.
Usage carrying the quaffle up, with Kim staying quite defensive with her bludger.
This is an angle I would not be able to be insane. And just give
Level
Agnes a
pressure on the
demo.
quaffle.
Use it with control, hoping to sit on the beater.
Yeah. Kim sitting.
Valkyries
very
really
close
need to
to
make a
that
play
stick.
for control here.
Yeah, Kim running back with the bludger. Tyler's safe. Tyler's going for the catch.
Sorry, we're
thrown onto
watching,
the ground
we're
with
watching
mouse.
Quaffle. So Valkyrie's got Quaffle now. They're running up. There's going to have a no bludgers here.
Miles is just going to drive that through. Yeah.
And puts it through. That's 80-80.
Pretty good contact from Cooper.
There's brooms down here for Harry Huang injury. So Ashan Abe has come on for Harry Huang, who's had an injury sub. There's no foul on the play. Nope, you need to go back and...
I need to start a new one.
Okay, so sorry, we're back in. There was a replacement for Ashan, for Harry Huang, Ashan Abe. Usage getting
Good beating
control
by
here.
him.
Michael may be able to beat Ashan. Michael getting beat.
Usage
Usage
cleaning
maintaining
up the
control.
beaters.
So it's 80-90. Valkyries are up by 10. Usage need to be careful not to get out of range here.
Tyler
They're
getting
slowing the ball
dismounted by
down. Valkyrie's being smart here, trusting Damo.
Demo. You should really try to keep that seeker out.
Abel really needs to press on B here.
Tyler going for it again. Tyler trying to reach around the back.
Valkyries need to press more if they're going to have a bludger back. Otherwise, they're just giving Tyler a lot of time.
Yeah.
Be pressing around, ball's going to go back to
ball goes
Cooper.
back to Cooper. With Phil taking point.
This is goodbye use it if they just want to slow it. Alex coming on.
I feel like they are trying to slow it, yeah.
Valkyries need to be pressing more if they want to be doing anything.
Sean beats out the seeker.
If you have
Who
bludgers,
kind of pops it. That was unlucky. Ash called beat. Valkyries now. Oh, Kim unfortunately not getting back possession.
the Alex, that was very, very close.
Kim beat in the face by Oval. Ashan beats out Holly. Alex having some time on the seeker, which could be crucial to
Valkyrie's
Usid
just
winning this game.
giving Usid the snitch.
B has the quaffle right on the edge of the line.
Valkyrie's
Manages to somehow dodge a
control up
beat.
again.
Oh, Alex catches the snitch.
There's brooms down. Alex Cunningham, looking pretty chill.
Looking pretty chill.
Just gonna zoom in on his face because he's beautiful. Hey, Alex. That was in close zoomed up as well.
I want that.
I want that as a gif. It's like,
When you catch the snitch.
cool. So Harry Jones just making the call. Looks like it's gonna be called clean.
Yep. So the final score for the game will be
110 to 80.
yes, to the Sydney Unspeakables.
University of Sydney Unspeakables.
That's the one.